Hello and welcome or welcome back. I'm Misty and this is my channel, Misty at Skeeter Jones. And today I'm bringing you a mail call. One of my lovely viewers named Stephanie, and I did have permission to recognize her on video. Of course, I blacked out her address and her last name, but you know who you are. This came in my P.O. box, and when I contacted her to ask her about it, she just wanted to be kind and send me some things. So we're going to take a look at what Stephanie sent me, and then also we're going to look at something I ordered from Hanna's Heirlooms. I'm going to bring back something I've offered up in a previous video. So let's go right ahead with the previous item first. You may recall these from the February 18th thrift haul. Everything sold except one necklace from that video, and that necklace I actually did a little bit more work on. It was one that I made, but I did more work on it, and I'm offering it up again. I think it's a video that's coming up in March where you'll see that one. But this is those Avon vintage 1980s gemstone hoops. Still sealed. They're new old stock. Offered them up for $8. They did not sell out, which actually I really thought they would sell out. They didn't. And the gemstones are quartz, dyed quartz, and labradorite. And there's a little bit of flash in those little labradorite chips. They are sealed in plastic, ready to gift in their little pink box. And these were $8 a pair. And I have several of them still left. And if you want to buy multiples, I'll do multiples for $6 each. So however many you want times $6. So those are left over from the February 18th thrift haul if you are interested in the vintage 1980s Avon earrings. Next is this item I bought from Hanna at Hanna's Heirlooms. This is the box it came in. It also had a little ribbon tied around it, but I already lost it. So I'll just unbox it right here. Thank you so much, Misty. Enjoy. God bless Hanna. And she included this little gift, which I've already seen it because I unboxed it, and then I realized I should have done this on camera. So the earrings, which I don't know if Hanna made these or not, but I actually crafted with some beads that were very similar, maybe the same as these, last spring. So I don't know if Hanna made these or not. They're even nicer, in my opinion, if she did make them. But they're on these little kind of huggy hoops with levers. That's how they close. And there are these graduated little white ceramic beads with the blue flowers. That pattern, that type of pattern, comes around every spring, and for good reason. It's so pretty and feminine. I'm going to bring over Earlene to show those to you. So pretty. And I have a feeling these are probably Hanna originals. So I'm going to, I have some like this myself, very similar, not like just like this, but very similar to this myself. So I'm actually going to offer these up to my daughter. These are the colors of her wedding, which is coming up. So I'm going to offer these to her, and if they don't suit her, then I'll offer them for sale in a future video. And then also Hanna gave me this little butterfly wing bracelet. It has cord, like cotton cord, I guess, with this bronzy or brassy colored little crimp. And then this setting here with the acrylic or resin over the butterfly wing. And faux leather, I think. Yeah, this is faux leather on these other two straps. But, oh, there's a little infinity thing on it. I didn't see that at first. And these little butterflies. So that's really, really pretty. That's how it looks on. And I'll clasp it and give you a size. Sorry, I got tongue-tied for just a minute. It is a 6.5 or 6.25 at its smallest, and at its largest, it's a 8 to 8.25. So that's really cute. And then I'm going to decide on this one. Actually, I might offer that to my daughter as well, and then offer it up for sale in a future video if it's not her style. Thank you so much, Hannah. Really appreciate those. And then Hannah didn't send me this. This is something I had put in the box because recently in one of her live shows, she has a live show and sale on Sundays, and I typically cannot attend those just because we have family stuff going on Sundays usually. But I was able to attend this one, and she had this, I believe it's a fur clip, but it's very vintage, I think, and it's large. This is glass, I think, on the front here, and it could use some cleanup. It's lived a life and looks like it's lived a beautiful life. There's this beautiful pattern work on the back. Little tiny little flowers. This reminds me very much of maybe Art Nouveau. I don't know if this is from that period, but that's what it reminds me of. I would tend to think it might be from that period. But then you got the back here, a little bit of tone loss around these die cuts, but that certainly is to be expected with the age of this piece. But the reason I got it is because I'm wanting to make very statement-y pieces. I paid up for this because I just know I'm going to have to pay up to make these kinds of pieces that I want to make. This is from a vintage necklace. It's brass. I don't know if it's called book chain, if it's laid out in this way or not. I think it's still called book chain. But there it is. It's a choker, I think. It's about choker length. Yeah. But I've got this idea of putting this together somehow. And before I bought it, I asked her, would she be upset if I turned it into something else? And she was fine with that. So you could just really clip it on like this and wear it. But I have other ideas, like attaching other pieces to this and just making a very vintage statement, very eclectic looking art piece. And I know it'll have to be expensive for me to not go in the hole with the investment that I've put already in. Not that this was extremely expensive, but the price for this is normally what people pay for my most expensive things that I make now. But so it's going to have to be priced up just so I don't go in the hole. I will just put it that way. So maybe somebody will be willing to spend that much on it. Maybe people's budgets won't allow, and I certainly understand that. But the fun for me will be in creating the piece, and I'll be really excited to get to that project. So thank you so much, Hannah, for that, and I really can't wait to get that piece made. Now, moving on to this package from Stephanie. I'm not going to give Stephanie's last name just for her privacy, but she is one of my viewers who has been around, and subscribers, who has been around for a while. Stephanie included a card with this, which I'm going to read it off camera first, just in case there's something she would rather keep private. So I'll be right back. So here is the card. It says, Misty, hello, I hope this letter finds you and your family well. I just wanted to let you know how much you're appreciated, and I'm glad I found your channel. It's refreshing to know there are kind people in the world who are honest, fair people. I'm so touched, Stephanie, that you would say that about me. I'm so looking forward to watching your channel grow and looking forward to these next few months. Just wanted to share these craft pieces with you and see what you want. See what you want to craft with them, whatever you can. And you really make me feel special with your kindness. Thanks. And then she signed it with her last name, so that's why I had that hidden. And it was a pretty card with a little teddy bear and a teacup on front. I really, really appreciate you, Stephanie, and I have the best little group here of subscribers and viewers. I really, really do. At the ends of my videos, when I say I appreciate all the time that you spend with my content and the communications, I don't think I mentioned that at the end of my videos, but the communication that I have with my viewers and subscribers, I really, really appreciate that. This is so thoughtful of her. It's a craft lot. That is one thing she mentioned in the card, that this is a craft lot. So I always love getting crafty pieces to see what I can do with them. So I see some rings in here. Let's just pick this one up right off the bat. So here is, this has a little mark. It has a little M on it right there. And honestly, it needs to be tested. It looks like it could be, well, I don't know. In a way, it kind of looks sterling, but in a way, it kind of looks silver tone. Let me see what kind of scratch it makes. It doesn't feel like sterling as I'm making the scratch, and the scratch itself is not extremely bright, which is sometimes a signal that it's not sterling, but we'll take a peek and see what the testing acid says. Okay, not sterling. And it looks like a mood ring. So let's put it on and we'll see if the color changes. So I'll have to take my ring off, maybe change fingers. Well, it won't fit that one. So we'll see maybe if it changes colors. Right now it's kind of like a dark, stormy gray. We'll see what happens with it. Okay, going forward, this is either ceramic or a dyed stone. And the reason I say dyed is because you can kind of see the color gradient right there. But these will make, the stretch is gone. I could either restring it as a bracelet, but honestly, these would make a really cool necklace, I think. I can see these on a necklace or a purse charm, or maybe even take them out of these settings because they're not completely snug in these settings. There's a little bit of a gap between, and to me it just looks better when the stone is more snug in its setting. So I might pop these out of these settings and find settings that are a little bit smaller so that the stone will be more snug in there, and see what I can make with those. But yeah, these are ceramic or stone. I'll take a look at that and see what those are. I think a dyed howlite is probably what it is. So here is an elastic and wooden. Is this seeds or is it wood? I think it's wood. These little wooden beads. This is certainly wearable like it is. I could make a boho style purse charm. I always have purse charms on the brain. See, I see some more wood in here. So, but this is strung on, it looks like leather, but it looks like the same type of beads. I might just de-string all of this and put all of these together. You know, I just bought some new leather cord yesterday. I think I might use some leather cord and make something with these. I'm not going to put prices, I don't think, on anything from this, but if there's anything you're interested in, let me know. Just email me about it. Give me a little description and maybe a timestamp, and then if you want something, and then I'll just tell you, hey, okay, this is what that item will cost. So we'll do that. So this is a stone right here. Oh, wait. I thought that was a setting. Okay, so we'll look at this in a minute. This is a stone, possibly amethyst. I have the gem-eye already. See, there's not room for it in here. I'll do it off camera. I have the gem-eye already calibrated and ready. And this is amethyst. So since it did give a positive test, I'll just pop it in here and let you see. Well, it's going to be persnickety on me now. So there we are. It went higher on that citrine amethyst line earlier. There it goes. So we have an amethyst earring, and I guess it's a single because it was in this little bag and it's the only one. But always love getting gemstones. Even if I don't have an idea right off the top of my head, I will get an idea for that. Never fails when I have gemstones. So this is really pretty. That looks like an enamel maybe on this silver tone setting. Again, this is a very good, either it's 925 or it's a very good 925 imposter. And it's an imposter, but it's a very good one. This one's going to be a pendant. I can guarantee you that right now. That is going to be a pendant. I'll actually go ahead and set that aside since it already has an idea for it. Let's see what this is. You know what this reminds me of? You know those little things that you get at the carnival that you put your finger in each end? It's a finger trap or something like that. You put your fingers in it and then you can't get your fingers back out. That's what that reminds me of. So there's a little girl. This looks like maybe aged brass. And there's like a picture of a little girl in the same colors as this little very interesting bead. It's made out of some kind of reed, I guess, some kind of basket material. It has these pretty end caps that look like flowers. This is very artisanal looking. It's very interesting. I like it. Very artsy. I know I'll have an idea for that as well. Since I used my other bag to set that little earring aside, let's grab another bag to put things in that I don't get an instant idea about. I know I will get an idea for the little girl with the finger trap, and I know I'll get an idea for the amethyst. Let's see. We have, these are kind of not wanting to let go of each other. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we have a little brass or brass tone. Actually, it looks like brass. Firefly, not firefly, dragonfly. Little tiny one. And we have, that's gorgeous. That looks very like tribal. Set in brass with probably, yeah, that's just little enamel in the middle of all of those. That will be a gorgeous pendant or purse charm element, actually. So let's give it its own bag. I'm not going to have to just put so many things in their own bags right now. A lot of times I get ideas a lot faster than, or I get a lot more ideas than I have time to execute. But after the wedding, maybe that will change just a bit. So March, as you've heard, is always busy for my family. And then we have a big family event, which is my daughter's wedding in April. And then in May, the youngest of our 3 kids graduates college. So March, April, May is just like an avalanche this year. So hopefully after May, things will slow down. So this is a really pretty earring, silver tone with rhinestones. and enamel. Looks like black enamel and a sort of golden color with texture underneath it. I don't have an idea right off the bat for that, but I know I'll get one eventually. And then this is really pretty. Oh, it says something in there. Oh, wait. Stephanie, did you know you sent me this? This is 925 China. So I'm going to check these stones really quick. Okay, I'd like you to see the results of this test as well. These are rubies. And it looks like there are stones down each side, but there's not. It's just the way the metal is cut to look like there are stones down the side. So we have a sterling earring right here with, and there's also a little maker's mark right there next to it with rubies. Wow. So definitely that gets its own bag because that gets my thoughts going. So it's going to get set aside with the other two. Wow. Well, let's show everybody this as well since we have it all out. Since those are rubies, you can be pretty certain that this is going to show up positive for sterling. And there it is. Wow, Stephanie, did you realize you were sending me rubies in sterling? That's unbelievable. Wow, okay. Let's keep on going. Here is a screw back. It's unbranded, I think. Did I see a little mark there? Oh, no. I thought I saw a mark right there, but I didn't. So that's going to be a charm of some kind. It's a little gold tone and green enamel. Also, that'll be a charm. It's the easiest project to turn little pierced earring singles into charms or pendants. So this has the gold tone, a gold tone setting with a little rope halo around this green cat's eye. This is probably glass. So you got some little tiny stones here in this little earring. I'm looking at the post to see if there's anything written on the post. And I don't see any branding or anything like that, but let's check these little stones out. Okay, those are glass, but they're dark green. And those are really pretty. They'll make a nice little delicate, dainty pendant. Wait, is this another dragonfly? Do we have a mate? No, it must have fallen out of the bag. Okay. Little mixed metals. You have brass tones and copper tones with this brushed finish. That would be a great element on a necklace. Yeah, I'm thinking a necklace for that. And here's a little, it doesn't have glitter on it, but it's like cut that way to be sparkly. And it looks like it used to be a post earring and the post came off. So that will definitely be able to be something. And this little leaf can be a pendant or maybe an earring. Probably a really delicate pendant. Maybe I could actually put it together with, where did it go? This little green thing right here is sort of the creative process in motion. So it has this little hole at the top. Maybe do that and then turn the two of those together into a pendant. That's a nifty idea. So these two little pieces get their own little separate bag. Oh, can't wait to do that one. Okay, let's put everything back in its tiny bag. I shouldn't have filled up my entire light box with everything that was in this package. So here's the little single earrings. This is, it's all attached together. Oh, no, it's not. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, this is magnetic. Okay, I'm not sure what this, I guess it's a necklace. A headband maybe? Not really sure about that, but it's this black fabric and it has little seed beads sewn to it. And it's, maybe someone made this. It's got magnets inside the fabric. So I'll have to, I'll have to study up on that one. I'm not sure what it is, but it's certainly interesting. Okay, here we have, there's some old adhesive here. This used to be stuck on something. It's probably glass, I think. Yeah, that's glass. It's purple. That's not inclusions that you see through it right there. That's, you're just seeing the adhesive that's sort of clinging to the back of it from where it used to be attached to something. It's a little purple glass heart. I'm going to get another little bag to put these tiny pieces in. Okay, and then we have these. These are from a religious bracelet that is wood. And you have these little religious images with maybe acrylic or resin on top. So these, the way they're drilled, these probably were on a bracelet, I would guess. I love the colors on those. They're really pretty. This is a piece of coral. Yeah, this is red coral. That will absolutely be a charm or a pendant. And this is a stone. Let's see if it registers as anything on the gem-eye. A lot of these black stones don't register, and this one didn't. But just because something doesn't register on a gem tester does not necessarily mean that it's not a gemstone. Okay, here is a silver tone. It's got some tone loss right there. So either these little baguettes and this little solitaire can be harvested, or possibly this might be a candidate for plating. Let me double check. I think this is just going to be a crystal or glass stone. I would assume glass, but it's so sparkly. And the higher the sparkle level, the more I start thinking crystal. But it is really pretty. So I'll decide on that. I might plate that, or I might just harvest the stones from it. Okay, here's a pretty one. Let's see. It has some kind of little trademark or something right there. It's like a circle with an R in it. Yeah, this looks like a silver tone ring with a couple of stones that we'll check. Okay, we have gemstones. I'm having to sit my gem-eye in the middle of all of this. So this, I'm thinking peridot on this green one. Let's see where it goes. I just saw that this thing's sitting like not flat like it's supposed to, could be affecting the readings. Let's try sitting it flat and see what happens. It's kind of warm in the house too, so as the stone warms up, that can definitely affect the reading. I'm thinking peridot here, which should show up in about the citrine area if it is a peridot. Looks like the heat has gotten to it. Let's try to cool it off a bit. So it's a garnet tourmaline iolite. And then let's see what this blue one is. Of course, there might be a different reading too. after they're cleaned. Okay, this is a blue topaz. Wow, since that's a blue topaz, that more makes me think that this is probably a peridot. I wonder why it's kind of reluctant to give that reading. I think it wants to give a reading of some kind, but it's just not real eager to do that. So yeah, it still wants to say garnet tourmaline iolite, which that might be where peridot shows up. I've been told before that peridot shows up in citrine. So I want to look closer. I won't right now, but I want to look closer at whatever this mark is in here. And actually, it's a bigger mark. The little circle with the letter in it is on a little cartouche that has more things on it. I can't make them out. I'll have to magnify it, but it's all right there. So let's, since it has all that writing on it, let's give it a quick test. I'll do it over here next to this coppery one. It doesn't feel like sterling as I'm giving a scratch. I might go off camera and take a look at that cartouche that's in there. Okay, no, it's not sterling. So I think maybe stainless. Let me look at that cartouche and I'll be right back. So it says SU925 Thailand, which, I don't know, let me test a different part of the ring. But that could be a fibber, that little 925 claim. Okay, no, we are not getting a positive sterling test. So that is a fibber, that little 925 claim that's in there, but we do have a blue topaz and maybe a peridot. And that's beautiful. Look at that. I'm going to wear that one for a while. So let's see, are there any more tinies in here? Oh, here's a little elephant. They can go in this bag we're dumping things out of. Little tiny elephant, trunk up. That means good luck, so I hear. So he's ready to be a charm or a pendant. Very detailed. I love when things have little details. So we'll come back to this bag later if we come up with any more tiny things. Let's see what this, oh, here's a pair of earrings. They are, looks like silver tone, or were silver tone. They've lost some of their tone. Looks like they're copper underneath. And honestly, I think the copper is really nice looking. And then you have these really bright rhinestones right in the center. Oops, I might have to find that one again. I just lost the mate. There it is. Okay, so I'll have to think of an idea for those. Get those little bags out. Let's see, what is this? Little pendants or charms. Some kind of mark on it. Maybe JR. With some texturing on one side. And this one, this is a setting. I'm being a fumble fingers. This is a setting of some kind. I don't see any marks on it. Let's give them a quick test just to see. These feel like sterling, or at least this square does. It just kind of, sterling kind of just drags in a certain way on the stone. So that's that one and that's that one. They both felt like it as I was making the scratch. Okay, this one is not sterling, and this one is. There's the little positive sterling test for this one. And then this one is not. Here's the test right there for this one. So nice little piece of sterling. That's ready to be a charm because it's already got the little hole at the top, ready to accept a bail or a jump ring. This is really a generous box that you sent, Stephanie. Okay, this is either ceramic, maybe. No, these are acrylic. Let's double check on that. Yeah, that's acrylic, but pretty. It's a little wide drop necklace. These leaf shapes that are cut out in the middle. Pretty chain. Really pretty chain. See, oh, okay, this is Liz & Co. That's a Liz Claiborne. There you go. That's a Liz Claiborne line. And here's what it looks like. I need some cleaning and polishing, but it might, that's one that's in great condition, just be offered up later. So I think I might do that. Let's see, a pair. These are, oh, wait a minute. This is, oh, why is it not Givenchy? Is that Givenchy? Yes, it is. Right there. So this is gold tone and enamel, the Greek key pattern, and the Givenchy mark right here. And it even says Givenchy at the top. And then you have the mark and then Givenchy again at the bottom. So these are door knocker style. These guys are going to be cleaned and polished. Wow, these are gorgeous. Very clearly vintage. Love that. A little bit of a fashion history right there. I came across, speaking of fashion history, I'm doing some genealogy research, as you may know from one of my previous videos. And I came across in some of my research an old newspaper from 1967, I think, where Coco Chanel came out. Just she had strong negative opinions about miniskirts in 1967, and there was a whole article about it. So these are really pretty. They're sort of like a wine color, little pave set studs. Let's see. I don't see any marks. I know my nails look terrible. Sorry about that. Today is ceramic studio day, so I don't bother doing my nails on ceramic studio day. Those posts look suspicious that they could be sterling. Let's see. Kind of has that feel. And it kind of has that look. So some more sterling here from Stephanie. These are really pretty. I think these are just crystals, but since that came up sterling, let me do a quick check. Yes, these are just little dark pink crystals. Sort of like a wine color. Very sparkly, very pretty, set in sterling. So those are gorgeous, and they get their own bag because I'm thinking maybe pendant, or I'm thinking just get them some sterling backs. Love those. Oh, they already had their own bag. Okay, well now they have a new one. So what do we have here? These are really cool. Look at that. It's all abstract. It's crackled underneath, but has smooth resin or acrylic on top. Gold tone around the edge. I don't know what this material is. These are vintage. They have a bit of makeup on them, so I'm going to clean those up, but those are beautiful. I love the rich colors on those. I don't know, these might be artisanal. These might be a piece of I don't know, fashion history also. If I had to date this kind of look, I would maybe say 80s on this. Possibly maybe late 80s. Love those rich colors. I had a hard time picking that bag up, and I'm having a hard time putting them in the bag. Okay, so moving along, we have these large pink acrylic beads on silver tone chain. It's kind of wrapped around on itself. There we go. So maybe, let me take it out of the box here for just a minute. I'm thinking maybe this is a layered necklace. It is. So you have this at the top. Because of space restrictions, I'm just doing a little drive-by. So then you get down to the bottom, and like all that needs to happen is these need to be connected. But it's on silver tone, a little layered necklace with these dark pink beads. This is the same color, but it's clearly not a piece of this necklace, so I'll have to see what this is. But this is a little repair job, and then it will be offered up in a future video. Now, these craft projects that I have in mind for some of these and repair jobs might not happen until May, after things settle down around here. We'll see. Okay, here's a gorgeous bronzy colored chain. It says made in Korea, Robert Rose. Okay, and I love chain. This is a nice little double link Rolo chain. I'm going to clean this up and definitely put that to use. It's gorgeous. Well, I said bronzy. I would say maybe it's copper. That's beautiful. I love that chain. Okay. Little beads. I'll just set those aside for now. Here's something with a tag. Another little bead. This is a 1928 with apparently nothing wrong with it. We have these faceted glass beads that are red. These gorgeous 1928 findings. And it's a double row, a long extender. And then in the front, it's missing a pendant right there. But I'm sure I can fashion a good pendant for that. That's really pretty. So it gets its own bag. I'm probably going to have a whole video of just things I made with Stephanie's friend mail. And if I do that whole video, that might actually be, I don't know, maybe late April, maybe in May. This is, I know that mark. I can't think of it, but I know that mark. Vera Wang, I think, maybe. So we have faux pearls that are wired to a gunmetal curb link chain, and then these glass or crystal faceted beads that are wired to this oval Rolo chain on the other side, and it's a bracelet. And that's really pretty. Let's see, and there's a little hang tag. I've already shown you that. I forgot. So that's nice. So this one gets its own bag. It just needs to be cleaned up a bit. Okay, what's in here? A bunch of silver tone. I see coppery tones. I see some really pretty snake chain. Let's see what's going on in this box. This is probably looking at all these pieces. They kind of all have a similar style and feel to them. So I'm thinking this used to be a necklace altogether. Oh, and two more are still in the bag. You can see how those, yeah, all of this used to be together on one piece of jewelry. Look at these. These are beautiful. What are these, closures or something? They look hinged. I can't really tell. They could just be made to look that way, because they don't come apart. But those are really cool and chunky. And then you have these chunky beads and then all of these mixed metal colored chains. Look at that beautiful chain. And this is really gorgeous. I love this sort of bronzy, coppery colored, more bronzy, I would say, snake chain. A little bit of extender. So this was probably all one piece in its former life. It's a good thing it all has a bag that it's already in, because I'm sure I can rearrange these pieces and give them a new incarnation. And that's one that I'm actually looking forward to. I don't have a solid idea right now exactly what I would do with these, but I know inspiration will hit definitely for that. Let's see, this is whatever it is. It has a matching earring, a little faceted acrylic bead, and it has the mate. And this necklace, let's see, I don't see a hang tag on it, but leather cord, a little double leather cord, then acrylic and maybe glass. Yeah, acrylic and glass beads. These little silver tone spacers or stations in between. That's really pretty. And nobody gets credit for it. Wow. I really like that one. And it's a matching necklace and earrings. I think all it really needs is a bath. Okay, what is this? A bunch of rings. And I always am going to have ideas with a bunch of rings. Definitely. So these maybe all used to be one piece as well. So these are definitely going to show up in something else. Let's see how they scratch. Okay, these are not sterling, but these are going to be a project for sure. Okay, some little howlite and silver tone settings. Looks like they maybe used to be a bracelet. Yeah, these used to be a bracelet strung together like this, probably. Judging from the way these little things on the back are laid out, just side by side like that. These were probably a stretch bracelet, I would guess. But these will either be individual pendants, maybe they'll be on purse charms. I may string them back into a stretch bracelet. Those are really pretty. So it's dyed howlite with these silver tone settings. A little bit of the copper showing through right there, but I can fix that. Those are gorgeous. Oh. Okay. Let's see, these little beads keep rolling right around, so I'm just going to go ahead and acknowledge them. They're screaming to be seen. So we're just going to show these little acrylic beads. I think this is glass right here, and this one's acrylic with little end caps on it. And then this is acrylic, little white one. This yellow one is either glass or a stone. I think it's a glass. Let me double check it real quick. Yeah, that is glass. So I'm just going to put these guys in their own little bag to keep them from rolling around. Love this chain that has these little beads. It's brass or brass tone, because you can see where some of it's worn away right there. And I like this chain, and it's got some wear on it, which I may actually just enhance that and make it look like distressed. And this has these little things here that I've heard are that they go over buttons to make it look like a necklace. Like there are special buttons on some dresses or blouses that these little things hook over those buttons, and you don't see the buttons, like they're underneath a collar or something like that. So then this part is the only part you see, and it looks like you're wearing a full necklace. So that's what this looks like. But I'm thinking I might just enhance the distressing, the wear on the finish of this chain, and just enhance that and make it be intentionally distressed. I think that'll look really cool for this particular chain. So ideas for that one will come, I know. So there we go. So many great pieces in this lot. Wow. And here's some religious charms. Oh, they're earrings. Okay. Let's pop one of those out and take a look. So just little gold tone huggy hoops with these religious charms hanging on them. Those are cute, and they're in great shape. And what is this? This looks like maybe a chain or something. Oh wait, these are little individual things. Oh, these are cool. Yeah, I know. These are going to be something. These are going to hang on a necklace, or they'll be individual earrings. Wow. Those are really, really fun. I like finding stuff like that. Maybe these used to all be a necklace. I'm not going to just stick them together into a necklace. I'm gonna put some imagination into those. And here are some silver tone leaf earrings. Love the detailed veining on those. They look die cut, silver tone. And they look like they're in great shape. They just need a polish. Nice. Those are ready to just be cleaned up and offered up. I'm going to wait till I have more room in here before I open that, because there's a lot of little pieces in there. Let's see what this is. Oh, this might be able to be put together. It's a little tree of life charm with these wooden beads and little shell beads. This looks like someone's just homemade project. Yeah, this probably is. So I can probably put these together with these. Like I think I could really do something with those. So that's great. Okay. These are little gold tone filigree. I thought I was going to say earrings, but no. Let's see, what is this? There's a little bit of tone loss on one of them. I think maybe somebody made this also, but I don't know what it would have been. Maybe it used to be a necklace. But these little elements can definitely be reused. Love those. No specific ideas right off the bat. But maybe by May, I'll have an idea for those. These are earrings. Let's see. They're just sort of this espresso brown acrylic. Oh, I thought they were earrings. These could be pendants or they could be earrings. And then have this kind of crackle finish on the back. So I'll definitely do something with those. They need to be cleaned up and polished. And then they're either going to be a pair of earrings, or I'll make two separate necklaces where those are pendants. Let's see what this is. Okay, a headband maybe? No, because it hooks like that. Maybe from your angle you couldn't see what I did. Here's what the ends look like, and I just did that to hook them together. Oh wait, it goes this way. And something used to be hanging off right there. And there are little tiny things hanging, and some more tiny things used to be hanging. Okay. Well, that's really cool. It looks like something that I have learned about recently called Peruvian wire work. I haven't seen a Peruvian wire work necklace in this style that looks like a little rigid choker. But I have seen Peruvian wire work in other necklaces that hang more down. And it looks like this, like the style of putting all this wire together looked the same style as this does. So that's cool. That just needs some work. What have we here? Okay, shell or glass? Glass. This is glass, which is wired and spiraled. This spirally, no, that could be, well, I was about to say that could be sterling wire, but I don't think it is because I saw some copper somewhere along the line. Here's another one of these yellow stones. Well, hang on. This coppery chain, oh, it doesn't even belong there. So let me test this wire. It looks like it might be sterling. Let's check it out. Well, the scratch looks promising. But no, that is not sterling. Oh, I didn't test this Peruvian wire work because that's typically not sterling. So we have some art glass that's wired together. And I think I already know what these will be. I think these are going to be earrings. I'll take one of these links apart and hang those from wires. So yeah, these are going to be earrings. I'm tossing all of those things into a bag together, so maybe I'll just do a craft with me sometime in May, where I just pull that bag out and just make stuff. That is now hooked on my ring. There we go. Let's see, some more chain. This is coppery looking. Looks like it maybe used to be silver tone, but I can just finish taking the silver tone off of that and just go with the copper finish. This looks like brassy or bronzy metal right there. Chain is always going to find a use in my projects. So very good. I'm very happy to get all of that chain. I'm going to put it all together in one little bag. That was the gem-eye turning off to keep itself from overheating. Let's see this. Oh, that says 925. I don't know what this is. Oh, I've had some teddy bear earrings like this where the different body parts, yes, that's what this is. So the different body parts, it's an animal, but the body parts are separated by these beads so that from the front it looks three-dimensional and the body articulates. Like there's the head separately, there's the front legs, and then there's the back legs. That is so cute. So I had some teddy bear earrings a long time ago that were made the same way. And look at all the detail on the cow's face. And even the hooves have detail on those. And there's even spots on the cow. How cute. And they're on these hoops. I love these. Okay, I don't see any signature. I just see a C on there, which could just mean copyright, I guess. So we're going to test the hoop. Oops. Get a better grip on it. There we go. So there's the hoop, and then I'll very gently get a scratch from one of the body parts. There we go. So there's the body part. There's the hoop. Yeah, that's it. So body part and hoop. And yes, those are lighting up. So we do have little sterling cow earrings that are so, so sweet. Look at that little face. I love those. Love those. So that's going to be a fun video, I think, when I bring out this collection at some point in May. I don't know, some of the pieces I might bring out before May. Okay, I'm not going to dump this bag out because it has all of these little beads in it. I'll open it up and take like a look down inside. Okay, we have lots of little art glass beads. These little pink and clear ones with the white squiggles, those are really pretty. And then these little powder blue ones, these are all glass. These ones with the little silver tone edge, those are also glass. There we have a darker pink with some white swirls in it. Purple. So these could have all been from the same thing. These are colors that look nice together. That looks like candy. Or these could be from separate pieces that were just, that Stephanie just put them all together into one bag. Those are all nice springy colors. They would look really nice together on a piece. Okay, these go in the bag. There's a little bit of verdigris in here, like right there. These are really ornate looking. So here are 3 earrings that look the same except for one pair. The pair right here has a bunch of verdigris, but then you have one single that doesn't really have any verdigris, but it does have some tone loss. Well, actually it does have a little bit of verdigris starting right there. You have these little knots right here. They're also silver tone. And that's pretty with these little arpel style flowers. Very pretty. Those will be cleaned up, and I'm always trying to find different things to do with hoops. I don't have any ideas right off the top of my head, because when they have to be more front-facing, like with a design like that, the ideas don't come as readily as they do with the hoop facing sideways in a new incarnation. So we'll see what ideas I can come up with for that. Here's some more earrings that look similar to those kind of greenish teal colored ones, out of that material with the gold tone edging and then this really glossy outer covering with the crackled effect underneath. And this one is in black, shades of gray, and then pink and white. Those are really pretty. They have makeup on them just like the other ones did, so those will clean up nicely. This looks like just a statement necklace, or used to be a statement necklace. With these bright blue cabochons, with these nice settings. The settings don't have any tone loss. So those can all be either turned into something like they are, or maybe unseated from these settings and turned into something else, or put in different settings. We'll see what happens with those. Okay, let's see. Well, I'm not going to pour this out either. But this used to be something altogether, apparently. Let's see, you have some kind of green stone and some, it looks like freshwater pearl. Yes, those are real pearls. And then we have glass, art glass right through there. Just all different shades of green. And you've got these really interesting freshwater pearls that are dyed. Let's see. Let me see what the stone is. Oh, I'll have to turn the gem eye back on because it cut itself off. Okay, let's see what this green stone is. I'm thinking it's probably aventurine. It has that look. And I don't know where aventurine shows up. So it goes to quartz, citrine, amethyst, to touches tanzanite, aquamarine. So, and that's this stone here. Then we have pearls. And let's see, I think this might be glass, but let's check it just in case. Okay, that one's glass. And I think this one's probably also glass. Yeah. So I have some, I think, aventurine right here. Right there. And then we have pearls and glass, all in different shades of green. Okay. I just don't want to wait on that. And I'm going to wait on this. First, I'm going to get these things taken care of that don't have so many tiny parts to them. So little chevron design earrings. The gold tone looks really great on the back of these. And they're gold tone with enamel, sort of a turquoise color. And this brushed finish on the front of the little gold tone chevrons. And they are drilled at the top right there. So these are ready to be earrings. So this craft lot is going to keep me busy. Well, I'm really busy already. It's going to keep me busy once this busy season I'm in ends. Then I'll be in a busy crafty season. So these are brushed on the back as a cat's eye, like a dark blue cat's eye. I don't think that's sterling on those settings, but let's double check it just to be sure. Yeah, that's not sterling, but they are pretty. So these are going to be cleaned up and polished up, and straighten up the post on that one right there. And then those are going to get a new life. Okay, I have some items over here. Here's another little white bead. I'll put in with these other ones. Oh, let's see, let's take care of this watch. It's got something tangled up around it. This is a little bird. Oh, look. A little bird with pave rhinestones. Gold tone that could use some cleaning. And it's a bracelet or an anklet, maybe? I think it's a bracelet. Yeah, so this just needs some cleaning. Look at this sweet little bird. So he will get a bath. And that might be all he needs. And then we have these little birds right here. These have the look to me of that they could be Lucky Brand. They're not Lucky Brand because they're not signed, but they have that look. If you like Lucky Brand, these might be appealing to you. These kind of chalcedony colored little rhinestones encrusted on one side of these little birds with these bronze settings and bronze leverbacks. Okay, now the watch. Let's see. Looks maybe unbranded. Yeah, it's unbranded. The face is really pretty. It's missing a couple of stones. The band has taken a beating. It needs to be replaced. Let's see if there's any branding inside the band. No. So a little unbranded watch. It has a pretty watch face. Just some stones need to be replaced right there. And the band needs to be replaced. These are genuine pearls here. They might just get hand knotted into something. And they are. And they're really pretty. They're sort of like a peachy, like a blush color. Blush peach or blush pink. And pearls. And I think I saw some more pearls. Yeah, right here. So these look like they're probably faux pearls because the size or the shapes are very uniform. Yeah, these are faux pearls, which they'll be turned into something. I don't like to mix real and faux pearls. It's just a thing with me. So I'm going to not put those other ones together with these. But these are going to be a bracelet or a necklace maybe. I'll hand knot those. Here's a little stone that's got a cowboy boot on it. Little wire wrapped strap and spur right there. Let's take a look at this metal. I don't know. Maybe there might be some silver in there, but I don't think it's sterling. Yeah, that's not sterling. It didn't even flash blue, so I'm not sure what that metal would be. But let's take a look at what stone this is. So it goes to garnet tourmaline iolite. And it's really pretty. It's got this hazy sort of gradient blue into white. And that's just a cute little cowboy boot. Really like that. And before I talk about this one, I'm going to go ahead and just bring the gem eye right back and see what this is. This is a big chunk. It's very clearly a stone because even part of it's chipped off right there. You can see on the inside. If it was like glass or ceramic, it wouldn't be consistent through and through. So it is a stone. but there are many stones that just don't register on a gem tester, and apparently this is one of them. So it has this color of sage green with these specks and little splats of sort of a caramel brown, and then little specks of black. It's really pretty. So that can be polished right there where it's chipped. That can be polished and it'll look nice. And this just be rehung as something else. This is a leather cord. Yeah, this is a leather cord right here that needs a closure on it. So the cord can be turned into something else right away, but this stone will have to be polished first right there where it's chipped. Okay, now let's do this one next. Love this chain. Look at that. It looks like maybe leaves, like laurel leaves, or little chevrons. Looks like brass. And let's see, at one time, okay, this closure is not original to the necklace. It was added later. But look at this chain. I love that. Like that's, oh, I can maybe even see that, maybe with this. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's see what these are. Okay, these are just 2 beads. They were probably on a necklace where they hung, like probably on a layered necklace. You see a lot of these are done like this, you know, layered necklaces. So, oh, let's get more on screen. So that's possibly the life that these used to have. And they are not sterling. So those, actually, I can see earrings with those. And let's go ahead and put these little beads. I kept this bag laying here in case there were any more, but there's clearly no more of them now. So this is little bits of shell and little 2 beads. And we have some caps right here, some end caps. So that can be restrung into something. And this is some glass. I don't want to empty the whole bag out, but I've got to get a look at some of these unusual pieces in here. These little discs are like spirals of glass. Kind of a lime green, not like fluorescent lime green, but just like a key lime pie colored green with black edges. And then there are these, which I find very interesting. Let me get this piece of pearl untangled. I'll just pick up a different one. These little spiral things that are clear with white and black in the middle. Those are really interesting. So I would like to have seen what this was, like how this was put together in its former life. Maybe all of these pieces originally weren't on the same piece together. But I don't know, that's a little fun, a very fun collection right there. I know I'm going to find something interesting to do with these. These are really, really cool. Really like these little glass spirals. And these little discs too. All of those are really fun pieces. And all of these guys rolling all over the place is exactly why I told myself I wasn't going to pour this bag out. And then I poured it out and they're doing exactly what I was afraid of. So give me a minute to get this all cleaned up. So that is it. Thank you very much, Stephanie and Hannah. I really, really enjoyed this mail call. I hope you did too. And thank you so, so much for watching it. If you did enjoy it, I ask that you would give me a thumbs up. It really helps grow the channel. And if you would give me a share out to someone else who you think might also enjoy this and leave me a comment, I would appreciate that too. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.